Don't see my camera coming on. Loading. Oh, can you get my coffee?
No, it started, but your camera isn't on.
Did I allow it?
Yeah.
There I am. Okay. Hi, is there anybody out there? I think I'm live. Hello. If you're watching this, it's the last day of RibSet. And hi, it looks like someone's there. Hello, thanks for coming. Oh, 2 people, awesome. Katie's gonna hand me my coffee. I just reheated the last cup out of the pot from this morning. You want to say hi, Katie? No. She doesn't want to say hi. Oh, that's hot. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad that you joined me. I just kind of wanted to try this and see if this would work. And if you can see me and hear me, maybe just say hi in the comments. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's the last day of RibSet. And so I am still reading some books for RibSet and also for book club, which is tomorrow. And I want to try to finish all the things today. And so I thought I might do a reading sprint, but first I would just kind of chat and see if anybody shows up and just to say hi or whatever. So it looks like one person is watching. I thought there were 2 and then they left. So I guess I was not the face they were looking for. I was not the droid they were looking for. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. This is, I hesitate to say, I want to say this is my first live stream, and it's not though. Last year or 2 years ago for March Mystery Madness, we did one, but my daughter was right here helping me. And I feel like I did one some other time. I've joined people's live streams, like if they just send me a link and I join in. I didn't invite any guests this time because I just wanted to see if I could do it. And so anyway, it's just going to be me for a little while. Definitely not more than an hour, if even that. And hi, it looks like someone else joined in. I was just saying that I'm just kind of on here just to see if I can do it, because as you guys probably know, March Mystery Madness is coming in March, and we're going to be announcing that in early February. And since, this past year with more Zoom and Teams and all that different kinds of meeting, and now StreamYard hosts the YouTube, more people are live streaming and Zooming, and I think it's a lot more user-friendly than it was in the past. So we're definitely going to do some live streams, probably not just from my channel, but from other channels as well. So I just kind of wanted to learn how to do it. And since I'm a RibSet co-host, I've been on a couple of other live streams that other people have hosted, and we did some reading sprints, and I thought, while RibSet is still going on, today's the last day, I thought this would be a good excuse to just get on here and, just say hi. So those of you who are on, I see there's 2 people on. If you are able to comment and just say if you can hear me, if I'm loud enough or too loud, or I know there's kind of a glare. I'm sorry. I have on my I'm booked shirt. I got this for Christmas. And so I'm not in front of my bookshelves because in that location I have to stand, and I didn't really want to stand for a live stream. And so this is my kitchen. This is where Emily sits to do her e-school. But today was a short day, so it was early release. Otherwise, she would still be on here, and I was thinking I would do this at 3 instead of 2, but she got done at noon, and so she's back in her room. Katie's doing homework, and my husband's at work, so this was just a good time to get this done. I should have put my contacts in. I guess I could just take them off. I can't see myself, but I don't really need to see myself anyway. These are just supposed to be my nighttime glasses, I put them on whenever I take out my contacts at night, and then they just kind of are at my bedside if I have to get up in the night or get up early or whatever. And I just never put my contacts in today for some reason. But it's almost kind of easier to read. I figured if we do end up doing reading sprints, it's easier to read because I'm nearsighted, so I can just take those off and I can see close up. Whereas if I have my contacts in, I have to put on reading glasses, and that's kind of a pain. So anyway, I still haven't seen any comments unless I'm just not scrolling. I think it would show up. So thank you to whoever is out there watching. I appreciate it. Appreciate you coming by. I don't really know. I guess I could. Have you been following my Ribsat vlogs? I am filming a little bit more today and maybe in the morning before I upload the last one. So what I'm reading right now for Ribsat, I have like 20 pages left in this book. Quotable quotes. This is from the UK, it says. I had a hard time finding it on Goodreads. I finally had to look up the ISBN, and I finally found it. But it's just a little book of quotes. A lot of classic authors are quoted, and people from a long time ago. Some I recognize, some I don't. And I read an interesting intro to there. It's divided into different chapters or sections, I guess. And the section I just finished is called The Author and the Muse. Excuse me one second. If I can mute my mic real quick. I got a cough. Okay, I absolutely hate to cough on camera, and I had a little something stuck in my throat. Okay, so this says, pity the poor author pounding his keyboard and wondering if anyone will ever read his books and share his thoughts. So give yourself a big pat on the back every time you buy a book. Well, that's true, but to me it should be give yourself a pat on the back if you read a book, because the author is wanting to share his thoughts. Now, obviously the author would like to be able to sustain and make a living from writing. So it sort of goes hand in hand. But I thought, if the author is pounding his keyboard, wondering if anyone will ever read his books and share his thoughts, then he would care a little more about that someone actually read the book and recommend it than whether or not they buy the book. That was just my thoughts. But that was just the little intro. It says this book doesn't have an author listed on the front, but it does say that it is edited by, this edition is published by Magpie Books, and it is compiled and designed by Tony and Penny Mills. A copy of the British Library cataloging and publications data is available from the British Library. So this is definitely a British book, and I don't even know where I found it. Maybe at a library book sale. It says it was at a book sale, it was $1 or $2. I can't tell from the handwriting. It says humor. They had listed it under humor. It's not really humorous. In fact, honestly, it's a little bit dry. I have enjoyed a couple of the quotes, but it's kind of putting me to sleep. In fact, I was filming a little bit from my vlog that I haven't uploaded yet, and I was saying how it is just a little bit dry. Oh, hi, Amber. Thanks for coming by. I'm just seeing if I can do this. Can you hear me okay? Hi, it's good. I'm so glad you came by. And it's a weird time. It's middle of the day, but my husband's at work, and both the kids are home. But Emily's already done with e-school for the day. It was early release, and Katie is doing homework. She's doing early admissions this year. So she's doing college classes. And so she's doing all like online stuff. Both of them are doing online school. So Amber, what did I forgot what I even said. You said to me that makes reviews important. If it's if it makes you fall asleep or not. I think that this would be enjoyed by someone who really loves classics. Like, there's a lot of these authors that are quoted or people that are quoted that I don't recognize. I do recognize some, but not all of them. And I think if I was just a complete consumer of classics, that I would eat this up. But I'm not. I read a little bit of classic works, but not that much. And then here's another one that's kind of been putting me to sleep, Toponymity. Now, I really did enjoy the other book I read by this author called Anonymous. Now, admittedly, it was a little off color in that it described some things that I really wouldn't want to talk about on camera. Anonymous was about people who end up having things named after them, and it's usually because of something they did or whatever. And so then their name sort of becomes synonymous with that thing, and it's just become so commonplace that we don't even realize that it was named after a person, like Earl of Sandwich and stuff like that. But then it wasn't just all innocent stuff like Earl of Sandwich. There was some other things that were like, oh, you know, that I don't want to talk about. And it was just all put together in that one book. But it wasn't a bad book, just it got a little racy at times. So then that is what I'm reading for Ribsat. I still have to finish these two. I only have about 20. Oh, well, hi, Allie. Hi, Allie. It's good to see you. Oh, you had to go out and come back in. Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. No worries. This one I only have about 20 pages in. This one I have quite a bit. This one is about places that are that have things named for them or have become synonymous with that place where it originated or had something to do with. And it's got these little maps drawn in it, which is kind of makes it interesting. It's just more of an encyclopedia of places, but it's still, I don't know, it's just kind of dry, and I'm not really enjoying it. And I will finish it because it's not that long of a book, and I'm a finisher. I don't like to DNF books. It's only got about 150 pages, and I'm on page 52, so I still have 100 pages left to read. If I don't finish it today, it's not the end of the world. But the next book on my Ribsat TBR is this one, which is really just a reference book of words, no definitions or anything, but it is words most often misspelled and mispronounced. And I'm very interested in that. In fact, one word I just looked up is the word often, spelled O-F-T-E-N. And I remember having not really an argument, but kind of, with a woman who I used to go to church with, who is a high school assistant principal. And somehow, I think the word often was in our song, and I was saying something about, that the T was silent. She goes, the T is not silent in often. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm thinking, I don't know what school you went to, but, yeah. Now, it's probably more acceptable. In fact, it might be officially acceptable to pronounce the T, but when I was in school, we were told very definitely that the T is silent and often, and it echoes that in here too. Of course, this is a very old book. Let me see what year this was published. This was published in 1963. So see, I was taught that, and I was born in 1964. So maybe in today's world they don't teach them that. I don't know. The other book I'm reading is The Only Woman in the Room by Marie Benedict. This is my book club book, and I need to have that read by tomorrow. So let me stop and read some comments. Okay. All right. Thanks, Amber, for clarifying that. Oh, let's see. It's fine that you didn't participate in Ribsat. It's not a problem at all. It's an old, had you heard of it before? It was a very popular readathon back a few years ago, back when I first started on Booktube. And then Miranda, who created it, she's from Australia, she went off of YouTube for about a year, or about 3 years, I think. And so it had not been happening for quite a while. And so she recently came back to Booktube, or just YouTube in general. She changed her channel to be more reflective of a lot of things other than just books. Her channel used to be called Books 101, and now it's Life of Miranda. But several people asked her if she would bring back Ribsat, and she did. So I had been waiting and hoping there would be another Ribsat because of this shelf where I had these books, because I really felt like these books were short and interesting, and they were just kind of a good little group of books that had to do with language and words and things like that. And that's not wrong, but what I discovered from that, and I kind of knew this already, but I thought, well, these books are short enough that I could just go from one to the other and read them straight through. But even that is not my best way of reading it. What I started out to say is I discovered that I have to take nonfiction, informative nonfiction, in small doses unless I'm listening to it on audio. I have a hard time just sitting down and reading nonfiction cover to cover without mixing it up, having something else in between. So it's been really good that I've had this book club book that I needed to read, because that gave me some fiction to read. It's historical fiction, and it's actually based on a true story, a real person, Hedy Lamarr, but I'm sure it's fictionalized to an extent. So yes, you had heard of it before. Good. Oh, hi. Is it Harissa? Is that how you say your name? I have seen you in my comments. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you. I love how organized you are about reading so many books at once. Well, it's just because I'm kind of an ADD reader. I have a hard time just reading one from cover to cover without having, without mixing it up a little bit in between. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but it's just how I make it work. And I also have usually different media going on all at the same time. And some people say, okay, they can have more than one thing going at one time, but it has to be very different stuff. Like they couldn't read 2 romances at once or 2 thrillers or something. And I can, but I do sometimes get things a little mixed up. And I just realized this past week at book club, we had our mystery book club, and we were reading Track of the Cat by Nevada Barr, and she's a park ranger, or a National Park Ranger, I think that's right. So back in December, I read a Tony Hillerman book about Navajo policemen. It's one of the Lee Porn and Chi books. And because the setting was so similar, I started getting them mixed up in my head. And so when we started discussing Track of the Cat, I started remembering some bits from Thief of Time. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, my goodness. I got to get this all straight in my head. And I had to go back and look in the book and see how it ended, Track of the Cat, while we were there, because I was about to say, well, what about this part? And then I was like, oh, my goodness, that's the other book. So it is easy to get things mixed up. So, Amber, you don't have a bookshelf yet. So you don't have any bookshelves at all? Oh, my goodness. How many bookshelves do I have? I don't even know. I've lost count. And I would love to get another one. If I could find space in my house to put another one, I would get more, because I have some books in boxes stacked up that you may have seen in my vlog. So, well, do you guys want to read, or do you just want to chat for a little while and then go home? You are home. I have not read. I haven't even finished yesterday's section in this, so I could read for 20 minutes or so. I don't know. It feels weird. Okay. So here's my thought process. When I went on live with a couple of other booktubers for RibSat, it was fun to read because they were on there too, and we were reading together. But when the very first time I ever saw a booktuber doing like a read with me video, at first I was like, that's weird. But I hadn't seen anybody do it before. Now I've been seeing people do it, but they usually do it in a group, like where there's, at least 3 or 4 people in the frame. And that kind of makes you feel like you're reading with a group. Here, it's just me. So I don't know. It seems kind of weird, but I will do it, and we can try it. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. Or good to see your comment. Anyway, but do you guys want to read? I mean, if you want to, say yes, but we don't have to. I don't have my heart set on anything. We can just keep chatting about stuff. What do you want to talk about? Anybody have any suggestions? Let's see. Was the book you weren't reading for book club for your 20 by 20 reading challenge? Oh, yes. Thief of Time by Tony Hillerman. I think that was what it was called. It was in one of my stacks for 20 by 20, I had a stack of not mysteries, just a stack of series that I wanted to make progress in at some point during the 20 by 20 challenge. And that was the only series on that stack that I hadn't made any progress in during the last 3 years. So I wanted to read it. I couldn't get it on audio. And so I kept putting it off. And finally in December, I got it and read it. And it was very good. It makes me want to really get back into the Tony Hillerman books. They're kind of hit and miss with audio on those. Maybe they're all on Audible. But on Hoopla, there's, some are, some aren't. I own maybe 4 different ones on audio cassette, but they're all abridged. And I've listened to, as I come to them in the series, I go ahead and listen to them, but the abridged versions are not, not my favorite. So Amber says, I don't have any bookshelves in my bedroom, none for my fiction. You still have okay. And you have a ton of bookshelves. They're just your dad's. Okay. So Cheryl, you've listened to 6 audiobooks and 3 physical books for this month. That's awesome. That's a record for you. Yeah, that's great. Oh, good for you. I have not listened to very many audiobooks so far this year. I think I have finished 4. In fact, let me look at my Goodreads. I just determined that I was not going to have earbuds in my ears all the time. Katie kind of gets aggravated with me. I said, if I'm listening to a book, if you need to tell me something, just say, hey, and I'll take them out. It's not a big deal. Although if I am in some kind of a reading crunch, like last day of the month, last day of the year, I just tell my family up front, I'm like, okay, I've got this many books that I need to finish within this amount of time. So only tap me if it's an emergency, and I'll see you when I get done. I was going to look and see how many I've finished this year so far. Takes a minute for my phone to load. All right, let's see if anybody else comments. So Allie says, you only have 1 bookshelf for your whole house? Oh my goodness. Wow. Have to move. Oh no. Sounds like that's better, Cheryl. So do you have a lot of books to move, Cheryl? Do you have a very big collection? You just like to chat, Cheryl? Okay, we can do that. We can definitely do that. Sometime, though, I will, like maybe for March Mystery Madness, if we get like 3 or 4 of the hosts on here, we could do some live reading sprints. Would y'all be up for that? I'm just looking at the comments. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's see. No, it didn't come up. Okay, so for Ribsat, of the ones that I said that were on my TBR, I finished 2 and I have these 2 ongoing, so I'll definitely finish a 3rd one. And I have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, just 4 audiobooks so far. No, 5, because I haven't put it on here. I just finished one in my car, Flavia DeLuce, the 4th one, called I Am Half Sick of Shadows. So as of yesterday, I finished a 5th audiobook, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then as of today, I'll finish a 5th print book. For sure, I'll finish this. Maybe this, but I don't know. I'm not going to promise anything. And then by tomorrow, I need to have this one done. This flows so well. Have y'all ever read anything by Marie Benedict? She's got some other books out. This is my first one by her. This is for my regular book club. The 2 other books shown here are The Other Einstein and Carnegie's Maid. And then there's one coming out. I just heard Krista talking about it on Books and Jams. It has something to do with Agatha Christie and a mysterious time frame that she disappeared and no one knew. She just came back and picked back up and never said where she was. So That sounds really interesting, and knowing now how well Marie Benedict writes, I think that's going to be a really good story. Okay, let me catch back up with the comments. Trying to get into Cozy Mysteries. We'll be starting on what grounds? Oh, great! I am caught up with that series. That's awesome. Good job. I'm looking forward to March Mystery Madness. Me too. We have already been talking. I think we're going to have about 15 hosts this year, and we have a Discord group. So the hosts have been on there. We're trying to narrow down the prompts and try to figure out if we're going to have a theme or what the prompts are going to be and all of that. And then once we start, we'll open up the Discord for everyone, all participants, so that you can chat about books. We'll still have our Goodreads group, but I'm really liking Discord. It has, it's been a much better way for the host to talk, because in years past, I used to email the host and I would send, sorry, my glasses are glaring. There, if I do this, I can talk with this, so it doesn't glare. Let me just take them off. I don't, just drop my glasses. Hold on one second. Okay. I would send out like a message to a big group, and then everyone's replying back, and then that creates all these messages in people's email inboxes. And a couple people were like, whoa, I can't do this if this is what it's going to be like. And so this is much better. That way you could just log into Discord and you read the messages, and it doesn't clog up anyone's email. So I think the Discord group is going to be for everyone. And then we've got just a separate group within the all-encompassing March Mystery Madness Discord group for the hosts. And so I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be great. And we'll definitely do more live streams this year. If you guys have any suggestions or things you wish we would do or don't like or whatever, of course, each host has the option of hosting some kind of challenge from their own channel. And it's just going to be fun. I'm super excited about it. It's going to be great. So I can't read the comments if I don't have my glasses on, though. What's the link for the Discord group? We will post that whenever, probably at some point after, or maybe on the day that we publish our announcement videos. We'll go live with, for participants on that. And that'll probably be early February that we do announcements. Probably the 5th or the 12th is what I'm thinking. So you'll definitely, there'll be a link in all of our videos for that. Let's see. Yeah, Discord. I knew what you meant. It's fine. Discord, Allie, it's a social media platform, and it's just really good for being able to talk and communicate with people. You just someone sends you a link, like someone will set up a group and then send you a link, and you just link in, you create an account. It's all free. My only other experience with it was for BookNet Fest. They created a Discord group for that. The second year that I went, they didn't have it last year, and then they did some virtual stuff, I think, but I didn't get to participate in that. But anyway, it was just a fun way to chat with people regarding one particular subject. So I think Krista has it for her Patreon group. She's got a Discord group, and a lot of people are using it for different things, and it's a good thing. Hi, Bobby Sue. Hello. Good to see you. Good to see your comment. I keep saying good to see you, like as if I can see you. You can see me, so I guess that counts. Let's see. Are there any? Okay. Yes, you're welcome. What else? Anything else y'all want to talk about? We don't have to stay on here very long. I just came on to see if I could do it. So obviously I can do it. So my next attempt will be to invite some people to join me, and that way we can chat with each other, and then you guys will be able to comment, and I think it'll be not as awkward. It feels awkward if it's just me, but I didn't want to. I was so afraid that I wasn't going to be able to do it and make it happen. And I was afraid that if I invited a couple more people to join in, they'd be sitting there waiting going, hello, where are you? And then it would flop. So I just wanted to see if I could do it. So I appreciate you guys coming in. It was short notice. I think I only posted like maybe an hour ago that I was going to do this. And that was the other thing too. I had never used the community thing where you could post. So I put a post on that I just created myself, and then I went to schedule it, and then it did another post, so that you actually probably saw it twice, which is fine. But anyway, I didn't mean to, present overkill. I'm just learning how to do it, which is about time since I've been on here over 5 years now. What is my favorite type of mystery to read? It is cozy mysteries. I love cozy mysteries. I enjoy the amateur sleuth. I enjoy having a theme to read about, and I like lighter, lighter subject matter. I don't like anything too heavy. I don't mind thrillers, but my problem with most modern day thrillers is that no one seems to be able to write one without a lot of foul language. If I could find a really decent thriller without any foul language, I think I would love it. But it's been hard to find one. What was I thinking? Oh, I read a trilogy the other day. It's not a mystery, but it just made me think. I had gotten through, I read the first two in December. I listened to them on audio, and then it seemed like there was something else I read recently too. But I got like almost through the book, and I thought, wait a minute. There was no foul language in this book. This is great. It's funny that it occurred to me, and then sometimes I think when, I think I'll get a book and I think there's not going to be any. And then, within the first chapter, I'm like bombarded with it. And I'm like, oh, I was really hoping I could have a book that, that didn't have. Now, this doesn't have any foul language. There's a couple of like cuss words, but like, I don't think there's not like the F word or anything like that in there. So that's good. Let's see. Cheryl, I forgot you are a writer. You're writing a cozy mystery. So what is, do you have a theme, or are you willing to share what your theme is? Yes. Oh, from Allie from March Mystery Madness, you can read anything that has to do with mystery. And it would count for March Mystery Madness. It can be a romantic suspense, like a romance that has a mystery element. It can be a kid mystery, like Nancy Drew. Anything at all. Thrillers count. Classic detective stories count. Cozy mysteries. Anything at all that has to do with mystery. And there's so many subgenres of mystery. It doesn't even have to be a murder mystery. It can just be a mystery. There are some of the Guidepost Christian cozy mysteries that are involving other crimes and not murder. Those still count. Does not have to be a murder. Going to take place. Ooh, a knitting. Do they have knitting cruises? Really? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I figured that Amber would perk up at that because she's a knitter and a crocheter. A knitting cruise to Alaska. I would love to go on one of those. Did y'all know I used to work on a cruise ship? When was it? Back in the early 90s. So I don't like to say where I worked. For 30 years, I worked in a theme park. And when I don't like to say the name of the company just because I haven't gotten my retirement money in the bank yet. So I don't want to get in trouble. But I was a performer. And so for the first year, I was a tour guide. And then I became a performer. And then as a part of that, I got to work on the Big Red Boat, which was Premier Cruise Lines. And I worked 4 months on there as a performer. And it was so much fun that, and I got to meet a lot of people that worked on there full time. And I thought, that sounds really fun. So I changed my status to seasonal for my theme park company and went to work full time on Premier Cruise Lines as a youth counselor. And I worked with the kids and all that. I did that for not quite a year, about 9 months. And it was so extremely stressful. You think working on a cruise ship is going to be fun and games, but when you're working with children, if you really stop and think about it, sure, it's a lot of fun, and it was. But if you are responsible for children on a cruise ship, if they get away from you and get outside of your boundaries, ultimately they could go overboard. So you kind of forget that when you take the job. So, the stress that comes from the top down, and then you're just the little guy, watching out for these kids. It's a lot more stressful than you would think. But I was, early 20s, and it was really fun. It was a fun experience, but I only did that for about 9 months. I ended up coming back then to the company where I where I had started and have been working there now since a total of since 1989, and now I'm retired. But I never quit that other company. I just went seasonal, which would give me more time off to go and work on the cruise ship. And so that was super fun, but very stressful. And, you know, in hindsight, I had to start over with my seniority and all of that. But if I hadn't done it, I would have always wondered what it would have been like to do it. And so I'm glad that I did, but it was an experience. And so now, all that to say, I love cruising. I absolutely hate swimming, but I love cruising. So after working almost a year on a cruise ship, it was I would definitely go on another cruise. We went, then when I came back and then I met my husband, we went on a short cruise, I think, when we were still dating, and then for our first anniversary, we went on a Disney cruise, and that was a lot of fun. And because at the time when I was working on the cruise ship, Disney didn't have a cruise line. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. Now I need to catch up with the comments. Oh yes, romantic suspense definitely counts. And so knitting cruises do exist. How fun. So my daughter Katie just walked in the room. She's over here. She won't come on camera, but she wanted to learn how to knit back before Christmas. And so we both started a little, what did we start? Dishcloth. And I didn't go ahead and finish mine because I wanted to knit along with her. So we haven't sat down to actually do any in a while, but she gets frustrated pretty easy with it, and she can do the knit stitch now, but we need to go back and revisit that. You're making noise in the background of my video. Could y'all hear that? She's getting ice out of the ice maker. Okay, so I've got sidetracked. Knitting. So Katie's learned how to knit, and did you know there's such a thing as knitting cruises?
No.
Come say hi. You want to say hi? No. She wasn't good. She's like mini me. How she looks now is how I used to look when I was her age. She looked at me like, but no, if you saw pictures of me at her age, she looks just like me. She is in a couple of my videos, but way back years ago. She looks totally different than that now. She's definitely grown up a lot in the last few years. Okay, never been on a cruise either. Oh, you should go on a cruise. They're a lot of fun. Definitely. Of course, now might not be the best time. What are you doing? She's trying to get her dog to jump up here. Louie, you want to say hi? Katie's dog's right here. Come here. Louie, come here. Here's Louie. And his newest toy. Come here. You want to say hi? He just wanted to get the toy. He's Katie's dog, and now they're going to make noise playing over there. That was Katie. And yeah, she just turned 17. Just had a birthday on Sunday. And my other daughter is Emily, or it's Emmeline, and we call her Emily. She's 19. They all said hi, Katie. And her dog is Louis, Louis. It's spelled like the royalty. So they're saying happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you. She said thank you. Anyway, what were we talking about? Cruising. So, your parents took you on a Disney cruise when you were 12. Oh, that's awesome. Good job. Good job. That's the one bad thing about Livestream. You can't go back and edit out and delete stupid things. Y'all don't know how many times I film and refilm. Even just my vlog segments sometimes. I will film a segment and I'm like, what in the world was that I just said, and I just delete it and start over. Here's our other dog, Bob. Bob, you want to come up here and say hi? He's much more of a gentleman than Louie. Can you come up here? Come up here and say hi. You want to? I don't have a treat to get him to come up here. His head is in my lap. Anyway, he's a sweetheart. Sometimes. He can be a real grump sometimes, too. Anyway, you're a Disney lover. Yes. Well, if you ever come down this way, Amber, you got to be sure and let me know. All right. Today was stressful. Oh, good. I'm so glad. So how soon do you have to leave, Cheryl? Like this week? Do you have to? I said you have to move out. Yes, a Disney cruise would be a lot of fun. Bob, they're saying hi to you. He already went in the other room. No, he wouldn't jump up. I didn't have a treat to get him to come up. Yeah. Oh, here's a cat. We may as well just let you meet everyone. This is Sweetie.
God, I was trying to come in here.
Say hi, Sweetie. Hi. I think she's in my profile picture on my Instagram page. She is 9 years old. Calico. Hi, you can say hi. Katie says she has bug eyes. You want to get down? All right, there you go. Come here, Bob. You want a treat? Okay. Katie brought me the treat bucket. Now here comes Louie. They're going to fight over it. You're going to have to come get Louie so that Bob can come up here. That's Louie. He's not shy. He's not a bit shy. You say hi. Say hi. Look here. Put your face on the camera. All right, come here, Bob. Come here, Bob. I got one. Bob, I got one right here. Bob, come here. Come in here. Come here. There's Bob. Oh, look there. You want to say hi? Say hi. Yes. He was supposed to be Katie's dog when we first got him, and he bonded immediately to Randy. And so then, 3 or 4 years later, Katie's like, well, I wanted a dog that would bond with me. So we got Louie, and he definitely has bonded with her. He's a big baby. Okay, so now we've just gone off on the
you guys gonna read
a pet tangent. No, they said they wanted to just chat. Did anybody want to read? We can read. Cheryl said she just wanted to chat. Oh, you have a month. Oh, that's good. You want to leave in a week or two? Yeah, I don't blame you, because who wants to stay around if they want you to go? So may as well just go. Do you have a place to go? Hopefully. Oh, you have been to Universal. We have hardly been to Universal at all. Every once in a while we go, but not too often. I can't get free tickets there. Every once in a while I'll trade with somebody, but that's about it. Louie is funny. Yes, he's funny. Oh, she said you're handsome, Bob. All you have is cats. Yes, well, we have 4 cats. If the other cats happen to come in, I will show them to you also.
Leaving her alone.
You may as well just pull up a chair and say hi. Katie is literally right there, but she won't get on camera.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you cotton.
If you want to. You've only been once on a cruise. Oh, to Universal. I forgot what we were talking about. With 2 friends in 2012. Okay, awesome. That was we probably haven't been there since 2012 either. Oh, hi, Donna. Good to see you. Hey there. Yes, Bob is a gentleman, much more than Louie, because Louie will just push his way into any situation. Here is Cotton. She's one of our elderlies. Katie just brought her to me. She is how old now? 14? Yes, 14. We have her and her brother, who are litter mates. This is Cotton, and then Boots is a tuxedo cat. You saying hi? All right. It's the cat show. All right. Go on down. Anyway, we don't have to stay on here too much longer. Now Louie's got to bark at Cotton. So, yes, thank you. Cotton is, they call her Silver Tabby, I think is her color designation. So you have never been outside of Canada. Oh, wow. And you've been to 2 provinces in Canada. Oh, bless your heart. You don't happen to live, are you in Manitoba? Of all the places in Canada, I would love to go to Manitoba, because that is where my husband's grandmother was born. And there are still some relatives there of his that he doesn't even know. And I think if we could ever get there, we could find them. We could look them up based on some stuff that my mother-in-law has. Like, I think she's got some old addresses and names and things. But you have not been to Manitoba. Okay. In BC, that's west, right? British Columbia, is that west? Western Canada? It seems like. Am I right? I don't know my geography very well. So Donna, what are you up to? Good to see you. Good to talk to you. And Amber says she's never been out of the southeastern U.S. You know, Amber, I had not been outside of Texas and Oklahoma until college. And in college, my 3 best friends and I came to Florida on a spring break trip. And then after that, when I started, like when I was getting finished with college, I decided that I would like to try to maybe move to Florida. So I flew out here and interviewed for a couple of jobs, and I ended up taking one of those, and that's how I ended up living here. That was with the extension service, because that's what I was going to do with my life, but it just got way too political. I did that for less than a year, and it was, I was working with the 4-H club and the extension homemakers and things like that, which, you know, was wonderful, but I felt like I was on a treadmill that was just getting faster and faster, and I had to jump off. And then I ran away to work at a theme park for the next 32 years almost. Yes. Oh, you're already at the end of At Home in Mitford. Awesome. Good job. She's doing the year in Mitford read along with Kate and Angie and Rainey and all of those guys. I am gonna try to read a section in my Mitford Bedside Companion before January's over, but I was doing Ribsat, this past week and reading my book club book, so I haven't picked it up. So yes, theme park work is fun. It's fun if you can get it. It's funny that because when I was growing up in Oklahoma, Southeast Oklahoma, Six Flags was our closest theme park, and I always thought then that it would be really fun to work at Six Flags. And so then when I ended up coming to Florida after my extension job just fell apart, I basically, ran to Orlando and got a job. And so that was a lot of fun. Okay, let's see. Oh, I would love to go to PEI. Yes, absolutely. I do have a friend who comes to Florida in the winter, and she lives in Nova Scotia, and I would love to go to see all of the Lucy Maud Montgomery stuff. Your friend went to the Anne of Green Gables house. He hates the book. How can anyone hate the book? Oh, I love those. I love anything written by Lucy Maud Montgomery. And I always like to say her full name, because when people just say L.M. Montgomery, they always say it fast and it comes out like Ella Montgomery. And, Ella Montgomery sounds like Ella. And I just like to say Lucy Maud. I think she went by Maud anyway. She didn't go by Lucy. She went by Maud. You've been to Six Flags many times. Yes, I haven't been in ages. Which Six Flags did you go to? Is there, there's one in Atlanta, right? Outside of Atlanta? Because I know you're in Georgia. You forgot to make your coffee. I need to go reheat mine. I still have half a cup left, but I don't want to get up and go. I should have gotten Katie to reheat it for me while she was in here, but now she's gone back to her room. Anyway, I don't know what else to talk about. If we're not going to read, I don't have to keep you guys here. I know a lot of people have really good ideas for doing live shows, like they'll organize their Goodreads and all that. And I don't really know how I would do that, because I would need to figure out like picture-in-picture or something where I could do the Goodreads and like in the corner. I don't know. That'll be another lesson for another day for me. For now, this is just good that I could just get on here and do this. For MMM, does it have to be a crime book? It could be, anything that's mystery related. So that generally involves some kind of crime, but not necessarily. It could be a romantic suspense. It could be a kids mystery. There are some fun children's mysteries that aren't necessarily crimes. They're just stuff that kids do. I was thinking of Beverly Lewis wrote a series of children's books called, what are those? Cul-de-sac Kids. And I think those have some little mystery elements to them. And, they're not crime related. So it could be something like that. But, it's just for fun. So, read what you want and then watch the videos. Even if you don't read any mysteries, you can still be supportive of the event just by watching some of the hosts and, seeing what they're up to and all of that. Oh, he went to take pictures for you. Oh, that was nice. So, and that's true. I have drugged my family to Laura Ingalls Wilder sites when, they didn't really care that much about Laura Ingalls Wilder. Like my mom and myself were the big ones who really loved Laura Ingalls Wilder. And the first time I went to Mansfield was, and we took my mom, but my brother and his wife, I guess, and I'm trying to think if he was married at the time. He's a good bit older than me. I think his whole family was there. He might have, I don't know if he had any kids at the time or not. But anyway, my brother, we were on a trip with him, and he was willing to take my mom and I to Mansfield so that we could see all of that. And then the next time my mom and I went, my sister was with us. We did some other stuff, but my sister, she likes Little House stuff, but she's not as big of a fan as myself and my mom. And then I have drugged my husband along to other things. Like once when we were in Oklahoma, I guess it was for my nephew's wedding back in 2005. We were in northern Oklahoma City? I'm trying to think where he got married. And then from there, so my mom went with us and we drove up to Independence, Kansas, and we went to see the site that's there. So my husband was along, and Emily, I think, Emily and Katie were both born then. Yeah, Katie was only like a year old. And so I drugged them along for us to see that. So I'm always dragging other people along on these things. And then my husband has been with me when we've gone to see some other sites. In fact, we drove our motorhome across from, we had been to a convention for something I was doing, a scrapbook convention in Minnesota. And then we drove all the way across to through South Dakota and went as far as Mount Rushmore, but we visited some Laura Ingalls Wilder sites along the way on that trip. So I'm always dragging him to stuff. Anyway, but that reminds me, I need to remind you guys about the Little House Readathon, which is coming up in early February 7th through the 10th. So I hope you're planning on reading something for that. And we had asked you guys in our announcement videos if you would send an email to the HarperCollins publicity at harpercollins.com and ask if they would republish the Laura Ingalls Wilder Little House books, not her books, but the ones about her ancestors and stuff, at least in ebook form. So I hope you have done that. And if you haven't, you still can. So anyway, yes, I'm sorry. I'm just rattling along and I have not even looking at the comments. Well, Donna, you have been all over Canada. That's a long way from Arizona. Oh, you got Beverly Lewis books for Christmas. I bought some off of our sales shelf at our library not too long ago, and I haven't shown them in a haul. In fact, I've got 2 boxes of books I need to show in a haul. But they had some really nice Beverly Lewis books that I picked up that I didn't have. She's going to be one of my authors that I'm going to binge read in 2021 this year. Which ones did you get? Did you get any series books? Are they standalones or what? Ooh, the Mayan area. So Donna said she's never been on a cruise, but she'd love to visit the Mayan area or a paranormal cruise. They have paranormal cruises too. Oh my goodness. We were just talking about knitting cruises, and I didn't know they had classic movie cruises either. And Donna, I've never been to Disneyland. I have only been here in Florida. I haven't been to any of the other Disney parks outside of Disney World. I know, dumb COVID. We just got tested yesterday for the second time ever. We got all tested in December, and then yesterday morning, or the night before that, Katie was like, I feel like we should go get tested again. And I'm like, why? And she's like, well, we've been around this group of people and that group of people, we should just do it. And so we did, and we were negative, so we were fine. And I don't know why my nose is stopped up right now, but I feel like, but I know I'm negative. I'm just reading. Oh, you got your Young Pioneers delivered today. Good job. Awesome. Glad you're going to read along with us. And if y'all haven't been in my Goodreads group, I've got, I updated some of the threads, and then added a thread for the group read, which is Young Pioneers by Rose Wilder Lane. And so you heard someone say they'd love to go on a book tour around America. So what would that involve? Like if you were a writer and you went around to publish a book, or you just like to go like visit bookish sites or bookstores? I would love to go book shopping across America. In fact, every time I do go on a trip, I always go book shopping. And, back in the day when we didn't have cell phones and, easy access to GPS and all that, it was a lot harder. You would have to kind of pre-plan your trip and do some searches ahead of time. But now, wherever I am, if I'm anywhere, I search I go to my Google Maps and I search used bookstores and see if there's anything near me. And then if there's not a store, or sometimes even if there is, if I have time, I'll search for libraries. And I've stopped at just random libraries to see if they have books for sale. Yes, go to all the bookstores for sure. You haven't read any Little House books? Oh, Amber, you should read one. If you can get, like, Little House in the Big Woods is the first one, but you don't have to start there. You could start with Farmer Boy, or you could even start with Little House on the Prairie. If you wanted to technically go in order, you would start with Little House in the Big Woods. But Farmer Boy is about her husband as a boy, so you could start with that one, and that's kind of almost more of a standalone because it doesn't have her in it. It's just him, and it's really good. It takes place in New York. So Cheryl, what were you saying? You doubt you'll be able to do what? I missed the earlier. Oh, you have the Fiddler. Oh, I read that. I listened to it on audio last year, and I listened to the second one. Now I'm ready for the third one, and I don't own the third and fourth one. I think I found the fifth one at a book sale, but those are that first one was really good, and the second one too. That was good. April, probably that is when I'll do it, since we'll have Amish in April. And that's actually what I was thinking of. I need to finish sorting out all my challenges for this year, my reading challenges. I was just watching Chloe from Always Booked. I was watching her video this morning of her mid-month wrap-up, and she was talking about that she got 11 of her 14 books that she's read already this month are from her shelves, and that she's doing like a read your shelf project. And I was like, I'm still trying to sort out my projects this year. I mean, I kind of know what my projects are, but I haven't nailed down exactly what my TBR is going to be. So Cheryl, you are going to read the first series of, you'll have to remind me of what, I don't know, we've got like four different subjects that we're talking about. Of which series, Cheryl? I forgot what we were talking about. Was it the Little House readathon that you're talking about? Yes, Little House. Okay, the first series is the Martha years, and or unless you're talking about the Laura's books, the first book is Little House in the Big Woods. But if you wanted to like start chronologically and start with the Martha years, we actually were talking about doing that and making it like a year-long read along, and we would read through all the books, but they're out of print. So that's what we were saying in our announcement, is that that's still a project I would like to do in the future, and I would love for all of you guys to join us. And when I say us, I had invited Naomi from Naomi's Bookshelves to host with me. She couldn't get, I can get all the books, but I think one. My library doesn't have one that I don't have, and I can't get it anywhere. It's like $80 on eBay. So, we realized that unless your library has them, they're not on ebook anywhere, and you just can't buy them. They're out of print. So we're kind of having a campaign to write to HarperCollins to please republish them. If nothing else, just put them in ebook so that people can read them and, pick them up on their devices. So that was what we were doing. So okay, you're talking about the original. Well, those are not out of print. You can get Laura Ingalls Wilder books for sure. So that's awesome. Yeah, definitely. But what I was just saying is that there's all these other books, like there's the Martha years, the Charlotte years, the Caroline years, and the Rose years, and they're out of print. So it would be really fun to just have a big year-long reading project to read through all of those. And I could probably, like I said, I could do it all but one. I think it's the fourth book in the second series that I can't find anywhere. Something about Pudding Stone Dam or something. I think it's the Charlotte years. It's either Martha or Charlotte. And that's the only one I can't find anywhere. But every once in a while when I'm at book sales, I'll run across one or two, and I've managed to collect several of them. And my mom and I bought the Rose years. I think we bought those at Mansfield the second time we ever went there. And so I have those all in hardcover because she bought them, and then she kept them for a while, and then she eventually passed them on to me. So I have those, but the others I didn't bother to purchase when they were out, just thinking, I'll just get them from the library or whatever, and now I can't get them. You have an ebook called Caroline. Yes, that is a retelling. Yes, it is. I read that last year. I did a little review of it. It's on my channel. It's more of an adult book, and there's a couple of little parts that I thought were unnecessary. It's like, okay, we didn't really need the graphic description of that, but overall, it's a good book, and I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, you should read that. That'd be great. And that's perfect for the Little House Readathon too, because it's just 4 days, and we're also doing a group read. We're doing Young Pioneers by Rose Wilder Lane. So it has been an hour now. Are you guys still wanting to chat more? We can stay longer, but I don't want anybody to, to neglect something if you need to go. Yes, Amber, same here. Still trying to figure out all your goals for the year. Oh, for your Serious About Series challenge. Yes, that's another challenge, Serious About Series. And I think I've narrowed it down. I thought I had it narrowed down to 21 series, and then I recounted, it was 22 series. So I figure, if I get them all done, that'll be great. But I'll definitely, set my goal to make sure that I finish at least 21 of those 22 series. I'll probably end up adding another series or two to the mix before I'm all, said and done. And yes, I hope you will join us. Also, that's on my Goodreads group as well. There is some threads for Serious About Series, and you could do a standard Stack the Series challenge. In fact, I think I didn't realize it until I had already done my announcement video for that if you did a series of 6 stacks, like the traditional Stack the Series challenge, 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, that's a total of 21 books. So you could just do a stack of 6, and that's 21 books, which that's the goal, is to do something that has to do with 21. You boiled the water and still forgot your coffee. Oh, you're so funny. Well, do you want to go get your coffee? I might just go. Let me get up, and I'll go heat up my coffee, and then we'll both have our coffee. Give me a quick second. Y'all can talk amongst yourselves. I'll put it in for a minute, and then I'll have to get up and go pick it back up. So anyway, let me catch up with the comments. You're always up for chatting. All right, well, good, Amber. I know it is very disappointing that they're out of print, and it's crazy. I guess there just wasn't enough interest in them. But, I mean, it seems like there has been a continual interest in Laura Ingalls Wilder, so I don't know why those didn't catch on more. It even looks like if you look at the first series on Goodreads, that I think in 2007, they did do a new edition of the first book in the Martha series. But then they didn't go ahead and do any more, so I guess it didn't sell well, maybe. I don't know. And libraries have either weeded them out, or or they have been missing, or whatever, because our library does not have but maybe about half of the first 3 series. I'm going to go get my coffee. Okay, so what should I do going forward? I need to get some more practice in for these live shows. A couple of you guys that have channels, y'all could come on with me if you want. Cheryl and Amber. All right, Donna, if you wanted to come on, you could. It'd be fun to chat with you. It'd be like a Zoom call. But we could do, Allie, any of you guys who are here, if you would do it. I don't know. I don't know if you would even want to, but anyway, it would be fun to have somebody to actually chat with without having to, chat with comments. But I don't know. If there's any ideas that you guys have for anything that that you think would make a good live stream video, I would not be opposed to showing you my Goodreads. I just need to figure out the logistics of that. Sorry, Bob is wanting to go outside. Have I read? Allie, are you going to start a channel? I hope you are. That'd be awesome. Oh, hi, Lindsay. How are you? Have I read any of the series? Which series are we talking about? Are you talking about the Martha years and the Charlotte years? Because I have not read those. So someone is wanting to spam us with a book. No, I don't know. Just saying that. Is someone named Aaron on here? Is that someone that I know? They're saying Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Marino Garcia. And then I see yours, Cheryl. Yours is, do you want me to, let me just write that down. It's giving me, I see you gave me your email. Do you want me to show it or just write it down myself? I'll have to get some paper. Hang on one second. So Cheryl, this is giving me the option to show your email for other people, or to hide it. Do you want everybody to have your email? Let me write it down. Okay. Hide that one. All right, Aaron, if you're actually on here, no. Otherwise, I think that one was a spam. Okay, so yes, so Lindsay, I have started reading the Rose years because I own those, and those were really good. But I have not read any of the Martha, Charlotte, or Caroline years, so I don't know anything about those. They may not be as good, and maybe that's why they didn't take off. So So Amber said, "Oh, she's telling Cheryl, serious about series. Just pick some series you want to read and then read them." Yeah, it was just a challenge. What I wanted to try to come up with something a little different than Stack the Series, because Stack the Series doesn't always go exactly with what you're doing. So the challenge was just to get some series read in 2021, and if you could, if you wanted to set a goal to like read 21 different series, finish 21 series, or just read 21 series books, or anything to do with 21 just because it's 2021. That was all. But it's just a goal. It's just for fun to try to, set some goals and challenges to read some series books. So, okay. All right. So Cheryl, I wrote down your email. All right, Allie, you got to let me know when you log in so I can be your first subscriber. How soon do you think you'll be posting a video? I'm just catching up with them. Filming is hard. Yes, filming is hard, and editing is even harder. But when I first started, I figured out how to use this old camera, and it has an SD card. And then my husband helped me set up Movie Maker, Windows Movie Maker, and I figured that out. He helped me the first time, and then after that, he didn't want anything to do with it. So I had to kind of teach myself, and I figured that out. But my camera quality is not nearly as good as with my phone, and I'm still figuring out how to edit on my phone. I have finally figured out how to put pieces together, and I know how to like take a clip and cut a little off the end, but it's not very clean. And when I if I want to trim some off of a video, at the point where I trim it, then at some point in the translation of when it actually goes to the video and onto YouTube, it trims off even more. And so then it ends up cutting off mid-sentence, and I can't figure, I guess, I'm going to have to just always remember to try to not cut it off as right where I think it needs to be, but allow it to go a second longer so that allows for that. But it's not as precise, and I know there's got to be a better way to do it. I just haven't figured out how to upload it from my phone to the computer so that I can edit it on the computer, because the other old camera has an SD card, and that I just pop in the computer, pull it up, and I'm good. But with my phone, it's harder. But the old camera it'll work, but it's just not very good quality. So every once in a while, if you see a video where if I put in pictures and it's a lot closer up and stuff, it's because the camera angle is not as wide, and so it's just not as good. Okay, you have to think about what series to finish. Yeah, I have so many series. I kind of just sort of started brainstorming and typing in and on Notepad just a list of all the series that I am currently reading, and I had like 90. So, and that's that's really just the series that I want to continue, because sometimes I'll read the first book in a series and think I don't want to read anymore, so I don't really consider that I'm reading those series. Yes, editing is hard. It's easier to trim something off the beginning or the end than it is to try to take stuff out of the middle. Oh, by this Sunday. Oh, awesome. Okay. So you guys, you see Allie on there. Make a note of her name and be sure you go and check out her videos, or her first video. It's always fun when you're a new booktuber, when people find you and comment and everything. So, Allie, I would recommend starting with, or very soon after you start, doing the Booktube newbie tag, because a lot of other booktubers will look for Booktube newbie tag videos to watch just to help be supportive of new booktubers. And I think also maybe because they're hoping to get a subscriber out of you, which there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. And because that's how we find each other, and that's great. So you're visualizing creating videos. Oh, that's awesome, Donna. That's a start. And don't worry about editing. It's not that big a deal. Well, yeah, I think, Lindsay, I think I've done that with my old camera because editing, I knew how to do it with that. I think I did over edit a lot of my older videos. And now I'm a little more comfortable with, with what I'm doing. Although, usually, whatever video you see me do, that's about the 5th time that I have filmed it, and I'll just start over. And if I go off on some kind of tangent or something that I'm just not happy with, I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. Click, and I start over. Did you miss much? No, I don't think you missed anything. I don't know what I was saying. I hope I get a package today too. I ordered some new sheets, and we need some new sheets real bad. And they were supposed to come yesterday, and they haven't come yet. Ooh, Lush. That's nice. We have a Lush store in Orlando at the Florida Mall, and Katie likes to go there. She's gotten a few things from there. There is some YouTube tools for editing, but I don't know how to use them. I really don't. What I did, I used the not Family Tree Maker. I'm about to use a Family Tree Maker for a whole other different project. Windows Movie Maker is what I know how to use, and I'm very familiar with that. But when I film on my phone, I don't know how to take the raw footage from my phone and upload it into the computer because my phone doesn't have an SD card. My old camera has an SD card, and I just pop that in the computer and up it comes. But I know there's a way to do it. It's probably a matter of just plugging it in. But once I plug it into the computer, I don't know how to find it. And I need to try again because I haven't tried lately. I'm kind of an old dog when it comes to new tricks, and I don't like to learn new things sometimes. Oh, thank you, Cheryl, for coming by. Yeah, I probably should get off. Why don't we just go ahead and sign off here pretty soon? It's been about almost an hour and 20 minutes. And it's been really fun. Thank you guys for coming by and chatting with me. Let me finish reading the comments real quick. But you could do it with a laptop, I think. I think some people do just film on their computer. I'm on my computer right now, which is kind of a glare, but I should have put my contacts in and not have my glasses on. That I left my glasses on because I was thinking in case we did do a reading sprint that it's easier just to take my glasses off and read, because otherwise with my contacts in, I have to get my reading glasses. You just connect your phone to your computer and it'll show up in files. Okay. You make it sound so easy, but I'll say, okay, yeah, I can do that. And then I just kind of blank out and I don't know how to find anything. I know I have a teenager in the house. She could probably figure it out, but she's pretty busy. Let's see. Just catching up with the comments. Well, it was fun, you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm glad you did. Thanks, Lindsay. And I'm behind on your videos. I'm sorry. I need to come and catch up. We were just talking about Allie is about to start a channel, so we need to all go out and support Allie. And several of you guys on here have channels, and I'm behind on everybody's. And let me just apologize now because I got in this huge reading frenzy last year where I was neglecting watching a lot of videos that I wanted to watch. I just neglected it. And that's one of the things that that's one of the reasons I don't want to listen to as many audiobooks this year, because the time that I was always spending doing audiobooks, I could also listen to or watch a YouTube video. I also want to listen to more podcasts this year. I have a couple of podcasts that I'm really interested in that I want to listen to. So thank you so much, everybody. If you have any final comments and you want to throw them up there, well, I should do it once in a while. Yeah, just because. Okay, well, thanks. I had been kind of thinking about it. It's a little easier now that this StreamYard is the one that YouTube uses now, and it is definitely a lot easier. We'll definitely do some sprints, chats and sprints for March Mystery Madness. Probably do a live show to kick off the month. And we're going to do one for the Little House Readathon as kind of a wrap up. It's going to be the Saturday after the Little House Readathon. So Naomi, who's the co-host, she lives in Pacific time, and I'm in Eastern time. So it's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern, and I think 1 p.m. Pacific. So figure out where you fall in that. And the date of it, let's see. Let me just look real quick. So the dates for the Little House Readathon are the 7th through the 10th. That's, as you know, Laurie Ingalls Wilder was born on the 7th of February, died on the 10th. So it's a Sunday to a Wednesday. And so then the 13th is Saturday, and that will be our live show. So we'll both be on here. I think it'll be on my channel, and we'll be talking about our group read. Which is Young Pioneers, and we'll be talking about anything else that we want to chat about as far as, about Laurie Ingalls Wilder and anything that you want to chat about. So that should be fun. And I guess that's it. So the 13th of February, Allie, yes, it'll be here at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Hi, Amber, you're back. I was just trying to sign it off because it's been a little over an hour, and I figure I shouldn't take up any more of your day than that. Plus, I need to go back and start some more laundry. It's laundry and reading. Plus, it is the last day of RibSet, so I need to get busy reading. I have this. I have my RibSet books to finish, and we have book club tomorrow. So, if you didn't hear me talking about this book, sorry, I'm trying to glare. This is really good, super good. It's about Hedy Lamarr, and she was just an amazing individual. I haven't even gotten to all of the inventions and stuff that she did, but she was a young woman, part Jewish. Well, maybe not part. She may have been full Jewish, but her family kind of didn't really make that an issue. She didn't even know that she was Jewish until she was older, and her father told her. She ends up marrying this man who is a munitions dealer and has, supplies military stuff to Mussolini and everything. And he was a pretty hard, I think I'm freezing up. Uh-oh, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, it's good. So I'll tell you more about that in a video, but I think something's starting to go wonky. And thank you all so much. You guys are great. Anyway, and I'll probably go ahead and just upload this where other people can come by and watch it later that didn't get to come on. But I'm glad you guys got to come on here, and I better go read since I need to have that book done by tomorrow, and I need to vlog a little bit. So, I know. Let me vlog. Let's put this in the vlog. How about it? Before I get off of here. Let's see. Okay. All right, are you ready? Okay, so I'm doing a live show. We've been on for an hour and 22 minutes, and I just remembered I should include this in my vlog, but my camera is starting to freeze up a little bit. So I just want to say hello to all of you again who watched the vlog, or the live show. Thanks so much for stopping by and commenting. And for all of you guys watching now, I'm sorry you missed it, but we were just chatting, and I'll try to do this again sometime soon. Okay, so that's going in my vlog for today. So, all right, you guys. I don't even know. At first I started to say I don't even know how to turn this off, but I see there's a big red button at the bottom that says end the stream. So I guess that's what I have to do to end it. Thanks you guys so much. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for just being awesome. And I will talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.